All right, guys, I've got a whole bunch that just came across my desk. Things that are happening now that you need to know. Such as this. Families are finding glue milk in sealed bottles, and the brand's history makes this even creepier. Are you guys drinking glue? Another big thing that's happening right now is this virus thing that's going on. It's coming on strong. It's wintertime. You guys need to be on guard.
Razor blade throat virus will certainly get a lot of attention, and it is all over TikTok right now. Thankfully, it's not actually rare. It's not a mystery, but it is still pretty nasty.
So has anyone else been dying from like a mystery illness? Because for the past 2 weeks, that has been me.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've seen stuff like this. Meat consumption must drop by 90% to avert climate crisis, the scientists say. And I'm gonna get more into details, but at the same time, guess what's happening? $426 million Tyson collapse shuts Nebraska's biggest plant, thousands of employees out of work. Well, that's timely. Leading the pack, Illinois launches basic income program where low-income households are guaranteed monthly payments, and heard electrical bills are going through the roof, and guess what? You're paying for the electricity too. And a couple big food warnings. Oh my goodness. If you guys are buying produce from the grocery stores, check this out.
Bro, look at y'all produce at the grocery store. Look what's under it. Boy, look at all that black mold with the fan blowing. The moldy water all on your shit.
All right, and another thing, do any of you guys eat yogurt? Bad news. Class action lawsuit has one of the biggest companies with toxic chemicals. A ton of crazy stuff that affects you guys coming right up. Hey guys, my name is Cohen here at Riverside Homestead, and if you're brand new here, welcome. And if you guys are into prepping tips, emergency preparedness, and most important, news and awareness that affects you, be sure to start this video off with a like, hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date, and let's begin. All right guys, I've been giving you guys a lot of long videos lately, and you know what? 'Tis the season, right? I know you guys are busy, you're out getting things done, so I'm gonna try to keep this video short and choppy and still get you guys the crazy information that you probably should know so that you are aware and you can be prepared. First on the list is families are finding glue milk in sealed bottles, and they're saying that the brand history is even creepier. Check this out.
So we got this poured-in milk from the gas station, and just so you know, this one's open, this one's unopened. We haven't broke the seal yet. Come on, Mom, show them. Here's 2 more, just like it. Okay. Show the expiration date, not expired. And it doesn't smell bad. It smells fine. How do you think? No, it smells good. Okay. What is this, guys? Okay, now open another one. It's like glue. Open another one and see if it does it. It's disgusting. None of these were cracked. They were all sealed. Oh, yep. They're all like that. Somebody explain to me what's happening. It's like goo. It literally looks like Elmer's glue. You want to drink it, Mom? I can't do good things.
She took the words out of my mouth. It looked exactly like Elmer's glue, right? What is going on? Like, are you pouring this into your children's cereal? I'll tell you what's going on. Everything is turning into fake garbage. Cheap synthetics made in a lab because they ain't gonna pay the money to give you the real stuff anymore. What are people saying? They say to make it shelf stable, they are heavily processed. This person says the glue milk is a clear sign of bacterial nightmare. They're saying that it's a terrifying phenomenon called ropey milk. A specific bacterium is the prime suspect. It's often the alkylogenes or the lactococcus species. These bacteria produce long, slimy polysaccharide chains. The chains are basically a sugar-based slime. The slime makes the milk stretch like glue. No smell usually means the spoilage bacteria are absent, and the sealant doesn't matter much. I don't care what it is. I ain't drinking that stuff. More reason to do your research and get stuff that you can actually trust. Another thing hot in the news right now, folks, is it's virus season, right? What are they putting on us now is what some people would say. This one doesn't sound good at all. And I'm assuming there's millions of people experiencing this. And with the time of the year, it getting colder, a lot of travel, you've got Thanksgiving travel, you got Christmas travel. I imagine it's gonna get worse. Check this out.
It's virus season and a lot of people are coming back from holiday travel and they are bringing a virus home with them. And they say it feels like they swallowed razor blades. Maybe you've seen this on social media. 12 News journalist William Pitts went in search of what's making people sick.
Razor blade throat virus will certainly get a lot of attention, and it is all over TikTok right now. Thankfully, it's not actually rare, it's not a mystery, but it is still pretty nasty.
So has anyone else been dying from like a mystery illness? Because for the past 2 weeks, that has been me.
Medical TikTok, maybe we should call it SickTok, has been going crazy over this mystery virus for a while.
Did anybody else feel like you swallowed razor blades for like 3 or 4 days?
I don't know what the is going around, but my throat is hurting.
I couldn't even like move my eyes around because I'm like, this is ridiculous.
They say it's like a cold, but much worse. You can actually search for razor blade throat virus.
Everybody been talking about this 2025 throat virus. A little too late, because I just found out.
But it's not a mystery. First, don't get your medical advice from TikTok, unless you find an actual doctor on there like this guy.
So what is this mystery virus? Well, it is very likely that it is just a virus.
It feels like people are swallowing glass, or they feel like there's razor blades in their throat.
And even then, find a doctor that can see you, like Natasha Bouillon, the medical director at One Medical. She says this is adenovirus, and it's been around for a long time.
Sometimes people think that they have the flu, they actually have the adenovirus.
Adenovirus is basically a cold, but a bad one, and it can be a doozy.
So people will get a runny nose, but they get a more severe sore throat.
But here's the kicker. Adenovirus is like a Swiss Army knife of nasty. It can do more than just give you a cold.
Some strains of adenovirus, they tend to be predominant for pink eye. Other strains cause an ear infection, other strains cause diarrhea, but a lot of the strains do cause the respiratory symptoms.
According to the CDC, which tracks respiratory virus tests, adenovirus isn't actually number one in our area. Something called parainfluenza is. It's another virus that's like the flu, but not as bad. Adenovirus is less popular right now, but still, doctors say wash your hands, get a lot of rest, and try to manage the symptoms. There's no vaccine, no antiviral. Just take care of yourself for a couple of days and it will most likely pass. And if it gets really bad, see a doctor.
Does not sound good. Steer clear. Pink eye? You guys don't want no pink eye. Before I started running businesses, I was in the medical field, worked in the emergency room for years, and oh boy, did I have my run around with pink eye. I think I got pink eye at least 2 to 3 times a year working there. So don't be a nose picker or an eye rubber like I am. Before we get to some of the food news, I gotta show you guys this one right here. I know you guys have heard the term universal basic income programs, and I'll tell you what, it's a matter of time, folks, but not for some areas. It's already happening. It says Cook County, Illinois launches a universal basic income program where low-income households are guaranteed a monthly payment, no strings attached. What? All paid for by, guess what? Taxpayers that work. Check this out.
One of the country's largest counties now securing a universal basic income program where low-income households are guaranteed monthly payments. Fox Business's Kelly Severi is live from Chicago, where this program is unfolding after a lot of public discourse over this decision. Kelly.
Good morning, Cheryl. This is what we know so far. $7.5 million will go towards this program, but who qualifies, how much the payments will be, and what recipients can spend this money on are still up in the air. The group Economic Security Illinois says almost all of the participants use these payments of Cook County's 2022 pilot program for their basic necessities. Cook County once had the nation's largest such program, using money from the American Rescue Plan Act. For 2 years, monthly payments of $500 were given to 3,250 households, no strings attached. 56% of those in the program were employed with an average income of $21,000. Now, 94% of recipients said the money went to emergency expenses, while an Illinois think tank says that they don't believe this expense, or excuse me, that this money for these people is not worth the expense to Illinois taxpayers. Listen to this.
there are over 700,000 individuals in Cook County who are below the federal poverty line. If you extended it to every individual at current program rates, that would cost over $4 billion.
We're told the county's Bureau of Economic Development will have some of the answers to our questions by mid to late 2026. Cheryl, back to you.
Kelly Saberi, thank you so much. A lot to unpack there from this. And, you know, to be clear, what they're talking about here is with this guaranteed basic income is there's no requirement. Which is different from universal income, which goes to everybody. But we've seen this in Los Angeles, Chicago, where we just came from, Denver, San Francisco, Houston. You know, many critics say this is nothing more than an extension of welfare benefits and that you disenfranchise people from going out and seeking meaningful employment. It's a handout, not a hand up.
Exactly. And this is exactly the progressive strategy is they'll put something out there that makes you dependent on the government, and then they'll go back and say, well, why would you possibly oppose giving poor people money, right? Mm-hmm. They frame it this perfect way. They do the same thing, covering up socialism on all sorts of issues. I mean, you look at the Green New Deal, which I refer to as watermelon policy, where it's green on the outside and it's red on the inside, because it's really just socialism. But they go back and they say, how could you possibly go against protecting the environment? Meanwhile, it's easier to build things in America that are cleaner and better than the Chinese that, you know, conveniently these folks don't talk about. But that's how they continue to cover up their socialist goals, is by framing it in the most positive way possible.
That it's humane,
right.
And there's something wrong with you if you don't agree.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then hiding the fact that it makes people dependent, which is as inhumane as it gets.
But that is unfortunately whether it's SNAP or it's welfare assistance or it's housing assistance. I mean, that's what ends up happening in many of these instances. And sometimes you end up with these nonprofits that come in and you've got fraudulent activity, and next thing you know, you've got a corruption investigation. Exactly. Looking at you, New York City. Sorry, but and that's again another criticism when cities are already strapped. Well, and I'm sorry, but I don't think the fiscal house in Chicago is exactly solid right now.
Make people dependent on the government, and you guys know all the problems that come with that after you're dependent on all of the free subsidies and everything that you get that are being paid for people that are actually working. Well, you're basically at the mercy of whatever they want to do, right? This post right here says universal basic income isn't coming down the pike, it's already here. This gal lays it out pretty good. Before we get to the food awareness here, I've got a couple big things to share with you, but let's hear what this gal has to say, because she throws out a lot of resources that you guys could freeze frame this and research yourself. So a lot of good content right here.
Listen up. We've been telling y'all for years, and it's coming. Some New Yorkers are getting $12,000 in crypto in a Coinbase-funded basic income style pilot program. Everyone needs to get their heads out of the sand. Since 2021, we've been saying this was coming. This has Agenda 2030 all over it. America's second largest county approves $500 monthly to residents in 2026. City of Boulder releases evaluation report for guaranteed income pilot project. 20 Howard County families will receive guaranteed basic income for 1 year with no strings attached. Lawmakers float a nationwide basic income experiment that would cover the cost of a 2-bedroom apartment. Not only that, but we're seeing the digital IDs take root in U.S. as states and federal agencies chart uncertain paths. Not only that, but Trump just came out with the Genesis mission, which will combine everything from AI to satellites. We have been talking about this patent forever. 060606, a cryptocurrency system using body activity data. You will wear a device that senses your body activity, and if you do what they tell you to do, you get paid in cryptocurrency. Trump is literally making the system right now. They're piloting basic income programs that are with cryptocurrency. This will all be connected with what? Your digital ID. They will be able to monitor everything you do in this system. They knew that Biden nor Harris would be able to implement this system, but they did know that Trump would be able to. So that is exactly what Trump is doing, because he's no different than anybody else. Take a look around. He's literally having dinners with Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos. He is not taking down the deep state. He is a part of it. And y'all are going to line up like sheep in the slaughterhouse if y'all don't wake up. The Bible spoke of a system just like this. And God's prophecies always come true, so this will be implemented. We are too close to Jesus coming back for y'all to be putting your head in the sand at this moment. If you do not know Jesus, this is the perfect time to come to him. He is waiting and he loves you so much. The Bible says that if you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe that he died and rose again for the remission of your sins, you will be saved. Don't wait until it's too late. And if you are a Christian and you fell for this, thinking that somebody on earth was going to save you, come back to your first love. He's waiting with open arms.
Look, I'm not smart enough to know who's the person behind the strings, who's the puppeteer, who's calling the shots, who's necessarily the good guy or the bad guy. But if the Bible says SHTF on earth, which doesn't really say that, but you know what I mean, it's probably gonna come down the pipe. And everything that we've been talking about for years is unfolding. That is a fact. So keep your seatbelts on with all that. I've got a couple crazy stuff with food news that you guys need to know. Like, I saw this first video and I was like, are you serious? This is in regards to buying your produce when you go to the grocery store. I don't know how you beat around this one, aside from buying local, you know, knowing your local farmers and stuff like that, or a trusted source that you know has a lot better upkeep than this, but you guys gotta watch this video. Insane.
Bro, look at y'all produce at the grocery store. Look what's under it. Boy, look at all that black mold with the fan blowing. The moldy water all on your shit. Boy, look, Ace. Rinse it down with the mold water. That's horrible.
I'm telling you, I don't know how this guy got in front of this open spot on the produce line to get this video. Hilarious dude, by the way, but definitely providing some serious awareness. Oh my gosh, like seriously. Raining down on the black mold is what he's saying. It's clearly not clean. The cleanliness level is like a 0 out of 10. And yes, whatever is growing down there is blowing up onto all the produce that you're buying. So hopefully you guys are seriously washing your produce, at least at a minimum, because that's gross. The last thing I want to tell you guys about, if you guys purchase yogurt, this is a very, very big brand, huge class action lawsuit, which means a lot of times they just pay the money and keep the stuff on the shelves and then fix it a couple years down the road. That's why we always promote healthy alternatives, American-made, non-toxic, supporting family-owned business that does not support stuff like this. Check this out. Class action lawsuit against Chobani, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, claims, it's a huge brand. I see it all the time. Probably bought it in the past. Claims against the yogurt include toxic chemicals. Are you serious? So what you need to know is, indeed, a class action lawsuit has been filed against Chobani for false advertising. The lawsuit claims that the testing shows a presence of toxic chemicals in the yogurt, while the company advertises that its products contain only natural ingredients. Not good. The chemicals found in the yogurt are known to cause adverse health effects. If that's you guys, deep dive that. I'm sure you can find tons of information on the web. To add to that company, there's other huge companies. It says, while the lawsuit only pertains to Chobani, unfortunately, other very popular brands were found to contain phthalates through plastic lists testing. You may want to deep dive into your favorite products from Ghirardelli, Coca-Cola, Starbucks, Gerber too, just to name a few. Do your guys' part. Please share this out, make more people aware, and make sure you guys are subscribed because there's a lot more coming down the pipe. I got a lot more for you. Keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you guys on the next one.